Good evening. Welcome to the Lower Macungie Board of Commissioners meeting of June 5th. Please join me for a pledge to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, for roll call, President Higgins is not in attendance this evening. Brian McAdam, our township engineer, is also absent. Other than that, all expected attendees are here, and Mark Fisher is in tonight for David Bruman. There are no agenda modifications. There are no announcements and presentations. Hearings and approval, 6.1, Resolution 2025-18, approving the DCED Greenways, Trails, and Recreation Program grant application for Trail Addition at Kratzer Farm. Bruce.
Thank you, gentlemen. After the last workshop meeting, we were notified and found a potential grant opportunity for our Greenway Trail Plan. One of the items that has been discussed long-term with the board is the build out of trail capacity and network at the Kratzer Farm. This year, we include a pathway in part of our capital budgeting. This opportunity, Mr. Jones and Ms. Gill from Recreation worked to put together to look at additional trail areas in that component of the park. So we requested a $250,000 opportunity from the State Commonwealth Financing Authority to facilitate and assist. This resolution authorizes us as a staff to proceed with that application. We believe we won't hear anything until late this year, potentially October or November. So it's not for the current project. However, we wanted to see and not miss an opportunity to get available grant funding that may apply to one of our projects. So you have before you for your consideration a resolution, as I said, to allow us to move forward. And then we'll keep everybody posted.
Do we have a motion to approve Resolution 2025-18?
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any additional commissioner comment?
So will this slow down the construction of the path waiting for this, or are we going to go ahead and get reimbursed?
We have the current pathway up for bid at this point. The bid will be opening this month. We cannot use these monies on a project that's already been considered or awarded. So it would not be for this current project.
Okay.
It would be for the next phase. We didn't want to hold up the project for this year.
Thank you.
Any additional commissioner comment? Any public comment on this topic? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved. Thank you. 6.2, Resolution 2025-19, authorizes changing the name of Service Road 2 to Hamilton Circle. Bruce.
Thank you. As discussed at several previous workshop meetings, the township did look to come up with a actual name for the service road to eliminate confusion. The Service Road 2 is located off of South Cedarbrook. It does service ABE Stone as well as the Holiday Inn complex over there. They currently have Hamilton Boulevard addresses. We reached out to both business owners, asked for potential suggestions and recommendations for a naming plan. We did come back with Hamilton Circle. I believe that Ms. Flexer has spoken to both businesses. They are in attendance this evening, and I believe that they are okay with Hamilton Circle. We appreciate, we know they have to change a lot of things for their business. We appreciate the opportunity to get this street name and hopefully eliminate some confusion. So, you have before you the consideration to actually name it Hamilton Circle. The Public Works Department will be placing signage for the roadway upon approval.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional commissioner comment? Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved. Thank you. 6.3, consideration of approving the amended Park Memorial Program policy. Mr. Beidle.
Thank you. Once again, as discussed at the workshop in more detail, the policy for trees and memorial plaques at our various parks used to proceed through various committees and subcommittees for a board approval. It was asked if the township could or staff could modify this project or this program to allow for it to come through recreation and have that department coordinate with Public Works. The placement of these memorial trees, as well as the plaques in these various parks and areas. This does eliminate the need for this to come back to the board, with the exception of any controversial person, group, or cause that we would then forward to a board for approval. So we also eliminated the memorial bench component, as they were significantly increased in cost from our supplier. So you'll see in the draft the elimination of the bench, plaque, and tree, and that's what you have before you this evening.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional commissioner comment? Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved. Public comment on non-agenda topics. Anyone here to make any comments? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move on. Communications, Mr. Beidle.
Thank you. 2 items this evening. Shell Dietz, a statement of interest for the Environmental Advisory Council, and Christopher Paddock, a statement of interest for the Public Safety Advisory Committee.
Thank you. There are no appointments this evening. Approval of minutes, approval of the May 15th, 2025 meeting.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional commissioner comment? Any public comment on the minutes, excuse me? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved. Thank you. Approval of transfer bill list and payroll. Mr. Beidle.
Thank you. We have the following for your consideration. The general fund, $517,807.95. The solid waste fund, $407,285.77. The sewer fund, $38,214.58. Capital Projects Fund, $292,784.29. The Open Space Maintenance Fund, $20,983.62. The payroll, $339,567.11. The developer escrow, $86,886.55. For a total of all funds, $1,703,529.87.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second to pay the bills. Any additional commissioner comment? Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved. Departmental matters. Engineering, Mr. Tranguch.
Mr. Jones is actually going to handle for the evening.
My apologies. All right.
Yep. Gentlemen, we have a requested release for Woodmont Phase 2. This is for work that's been completed at the site. They did submit proper documentation for review by the township engineer. The request for release is $338,151.35. Again, the township engineer is recommending release for these secured project work to be done. That would leave the remaining in the security at $1,608,000, just shy of that, for the remainder of all bonded work at the project.
Move to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve resolution 2025-20, security release for Wilmot Valley Phase 2. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional commissioner comment? Any public comment? Seeing none, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nate, anything else on the engineering side?
No, I'll have an update for planning when we're ready for that, but
Yep. All right, move on to planning then. It's all yours, sir.
I just wanted to update the board. We do have the planning commission meeting next week. It is a fairly full agenda. We have a number of items that will be considered by the planning commission. Those items include, just give me a moment here. We'll be talking about the 617 North Crocs mixed use, which I'm sure everybody is familiar with across from Hamilton Crossing, abutting Route 222. 1500 Trexler Town Road, the Western Lehigh Services Project, that they've submitted a land development plan. This is another submission that they've made recently after prior being reviewed. We will be reviewing the 1470 Brookside Road subdivision, which is next to and basically will continue along the Lamb Terrace into a cul-de-sac to create 8 buildable single-family lots. And then 1170 Grange Road, which is the Red Maple Acres mobile home park expansion. They are applying for a conditional use there. The Planning Commission will consider their conditional use. Additionally, we will go over the Act 537 plan comments as they were presented to the Planning Commission last month. And then just for your general knowledge, we do have a couple of projects that were submitted that'll be reviewed in July and other projects that are currently being reviewed at the staff level. This includes 7428 Industrial Park Way. This is the lot that is essentially at the Industrial Parkway and Albertus Road. That will be a by right light manufacturing structure. 1138 Mill Creek Road, where we're seeing the proposal for a daycare with a land development plan for that. We will also continue to be looking at the Church Lane project for Iron Run Estates. And last but not least, Red Maple Acres, in addition to their conditional use, submitted a land development plan for their expansion out on Grange Road. So there's quite a bit going through the process right now. We'll keep you apprised of any updates. And if you have any questions or concerns, please, I'm happy to answer them right now, or you can reach out to me.
Any questions for Nate? Not at this time. Thanks, Nate.
Thank you.
Solicitor, Mr. Fisher.
No legal matters to report on tonight.
Thank you,
Thank
sir. Township Manager, Bruce.
Thank you. I have 2 items here for the board. We have talked about them at length. However, I want to clarify a few items in our previous discussions and ask the board to consider both resolutions that you see before you, item 12.4.1 and 12.4.2, just to give everyone background and relevant part of this project that we're looking at. So earlier in the year, we had a discussion about a project to update emergency services radios. It's a countywide project. Of course, our fire and ambulance service, they are independent entities, are allowed to participate with the program. Part of the program, though, requires that the township be the signatory with the county for these funds. So we are basically the intermediary to accept funds and order the radios from the county through their program. They will go to the operations, and those operations will reimburse the township. The township will pay for the next 5 years the county at a set time for participation in that program. I would note that the 5-year program from the county is a 0% financing opportunity. They also offered a 10-year that had some interest. However, in discussions with both agencies, the request for the 5-year 0% finance, we all thought was in the best interest of everyone. So that was the conversations that we've had at the various board workshop meetings about where we are in this project. With resolution number 1 on 12.4.1, you would authorize the township manager and the township to proceed with the order of the radio equipment. It's approximately $639,000. With that component, the township would engage both the ambulance service and the fire department with promissory notes to guarantee the repayment of those funds back to the township. And then the second component, which is kind of the new topic here, and I want to make sure that I explain it and eliminate any confusion that might be created by my explanation. Last week, we were kind of notified that by our financial consultants and solicitor's office, financial consultants that we've used in the past, PFM. They became aware of this promissory note required at the county. After some discussions with staff and solicitor team in their office, they did recommend that this is an issue that the township must consider an ordinance for the issuance of general debt or the local government debt act. So with that component, we hadn't had that discussion. It would be necessary for the board to consider an ordinance to satisfy the DCED debt service requirements. Of course, the project for the county, we must have an answer by June 17th. Our next board meeting isn't until June 19th. So when we reached out to the county about what we could provide or work through to make sure that their promissory note was satisfied, they were willing to accept a resolution that you see before you in 12.4.2 of the township's intent to move forward with the project, allow us to order until the board considers the component of the debt service ordinance. We believe that that ordinance will be prepared and advertised in the near future and hit our June 19th meeting. And with all the paperwork that would need to be completed with the state, as well as the filings, the EMA filings, we would be in a position to engage the county promissory note in around mid to late July. So that is the new component of this situation. I apologize to the board. I did not think that we would need to kind of go this route since we are not the end user of this equipment and the financing. I'm thankful that our team kind of identified that. I would say to other municipalities in the county that might be looking to participate, check things out that we found. And I want to make sure there's no questions from the board. Hopefully I explained that in an appropriate manner.
Move to approve resolution 2025-21.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any additional commissioner comment?
Just one. I think it's important to mention that this promissory note to the county and the one we're requesting from these other parties are 0% interest. And where would you get that today?
Well, yeah, and you are looking at, significant ability for the fire department, at least on their $484,000 transaction to allow them to, if they have that money, invest and gain some interest to reduce the overall impact of this project, or you're allowing them to spread that out too, to make sure their financing is correct for that 5 years at 0% interest. You are getting a good value there for using someone else's money for 5 years.
Absolutely. Good point, Commissioner. Right.
In other words, they're using the money saved to pay down the debt.
The fire department could be doing that if they have those funds available to them. That's a good strategy, and I think that's why we were willing to work through it for them.
Any additional commissioner comment? Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Approved.
Move to approve resolution 2025-22.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any additional commissioner comment? Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Approved. Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Beidle?
Just two more items. Want to make residents aware, if you receive one, our collection agency for delinquent sewer and trash bills have uploaded all of their files. We recently, at the fall of last year, transitioned to a new firm, Portnoy Associates, for those collections. They will be going out soon, so we wanted residents that might receive those to be aware that those are from the township. We'll also post on our website what they look like. We have 413 owners ranging from a small $269 amount to one individual with $12,000 in outstanding debt to us. So we are working on that. Wanted to make the board aware in case you receive any public comments from anyone. The other item I have, if the board's available, I'd like to just request a brief executive post-meeting to talk about pending litigation and give you an update on personnel matter.
Thank you. Is there any old business? Any new business?
I just have one.
Sure.
I see the Pennsylvania State Police are present tonight, and as always, when I see you here, I personally thank you, being Lower Macungie Township's police force, and in my opinion, you're doing a terrific job. Thank you, Trooper.
Okay, I echo that. Yeah, thank you. Any new business? The next Board of Commissioners meeting will be held on June 19th. The next board workshop will be June 23rd. As Mr. Bidle mentioned, we will be having an executive session after this meeting. And with that, it is 6:20. We are adjourned.